Hey everyone, and welcome to our next New Game Friday video. Um, Today we're going to be playing a game that's a little bit different than what I would normally play. It's a text-only based game built around college baseball. If you're a big fan of playing like NCAA football and just playing in the dynasty mode, doing the recruiting and doing that type of stuff in it, and then just simulating the games, this is a great game. It's definitely not a game for everyone, but it's a game that I have fallen in love with the last few days. I hope that you guys enjoy it too. The first thing I'm going to say, where's the text based on the game? No graphics. Um, so don't be expecting anything. It's all about the recruiting in the transfer portal, stuff like that. You don't get to pick if you like how you manage the game or any of that stuff. So it's not as in depth as something like out of the park baseball or something like that. But it is so much fun and it's easy to play but hard to master. So let's go into this here. The first thing I'm going to do is show you how we want to go and um, make it so that our team name, the colleges and the logos from real life are into the game. First step you're going to do is go on to the Discord server for the game, and then you're going to find user mods in there that will have the files you need. Obviously, it couldn't come that way without the developer getting licensing for all of it, and it just would have been very cost prohibitive to do that. So it's available. Just the developer can't supply them. So we're going to go start new dynasty here and select custom logo folder. For some reason that does not roll off my tongue nicely. And I just still left them in my downloads. So you're just going to select the folder that folder is in, hit OK. Custom universe. Going to do the same thing. Go to downloads and look that up and hit OK. Then it brings you up to the main screen. I play as Boston College, and what we're going to do today is we're going to go through one complete season. Just break it down for you, show you what everything is all about. So here you're going to see that it's Boston College. You'll see the actual logo up top here. We're going to select our team and then hit OK. Now, for a second here, I'm going to move my face. Let's just say up here for a second. So the first thing we want to look at is our roster. This is how we're going to start off our game. And I am just going to hide my face for a few minutes here. These are all my players, and you can sort it however you want to. It starts off as overall, and somehow I have a 90 overall in my team to start. Watch him be a senior. Nope, he's only a junior, but I'm sure I'll lose him after the first year. And then you're going to notice that the rest of my team is absolutely horrible. Wow. Okay. So we're going to have to go through here. Hey, wow, that's the town I grew up in. We're going to have to do some serious recruiting if we're going to be even somewhat competitive in the first year. But let's hit back for now. I'm going to wait to go to recruiting to show you. But you're going to come over here. You'll see schedule. The conference teams you play 3-game series against. So we have Clemson, NC State, NC Duke, Virginia Tech, Florida State, Louisville. And it looks like that's all our conference schedule. And then the teams that you only play once are non-conference opponents. It's a 56-game series or season, give or take. Every once in a while, it might be one more, one less. No standings just yet. Um, but I think this is probably the only time we'll see BC listed as number one. So we'll take a look at that. Let's see. We want to go down to prestige details. Currently, we're level 5 prestige. We have 1,400 total points when we start off with this team. We need 600 points to get up to prestige 6. Season expectations is we're going to get 50 points. If we do not get 50 points, we lose 450. So regular season win is going to give you 1 point. Conference tournament win is going to give you 5. If we win the conference championship, we get 100. Regional game win, 20 points. Regional championship, 200 points. Super regional, 250. College World Series, 50 points. And if we win the College World Series championship, we get 400 points. School development. I haven't really figured out what these mean. I tend to just make it pretty even. I think today I'm going to try to mix it up a little bit and see what happens. And I'm going to put a lot into marketing and fan base, and then less into facilities and stadium to see if it makes a difference. But we'll find out if it does. Saving Dynasty. You can only save at certain times in the game. When we are in the recruiting process, we cannot save. And same as with the transfer portal process. You cannot save. Keep that in mind. You have tips down here where you can go in and take a look through everything. There's some basic rules to remember that you'll see here. Team history, there's not going to be anything there yet because we haven't played anything, and same with the stats. Won't be anything in there yet. So the first thing to remember when it comes to recruiting is you get an allotment of points. The most you can spend on any one recruit at a given time is 25% of your overall points for that week. So I want to say I'm going to start off with 560 points, and I can do like 140 per, right? Yeah, 140 per player. If you only want to try for 4 players from the get-go. Looking at my team, I'm going to need more than that. I might put like 140 in one to try to really go after like some stud from Massachusetts if there's someone really good there. Otherwise, I'll be doing like 70s and stuff like that, trying to get the interest up and then whittle down a little bit. If one of the players that you had put points into signs with another school, you're going to get all those points back that you had invested in them. So you'll see your available points go up and down throughout the recruiting process. It goes in a stage of 10 weeks for recruiting, and the transfer portal works the same way, but that goes in a stage of 6 weeks. So we're going to go back now, and we're going to start recruiting. So let's take a look here. It does give you that warning that you cannot save during recruiting. What I like to do is first check Massachusetts, where you're going to have that location bonus. So let's see here. I already did that. And then I can sort by overall to see. Not too incredible, but where I'm Boston College, I don't have that prestige. So I want to stick to people between, really, I'd say 70 and 85 is where I want to look. So I am going to go after this person here. I'm only going to give them 75 points or 70 points. And then let's check the other states in New England to see how See if there's any good team or good players in the area. An 81 pitcher. Let's give him 70 points. Another outfielder that's pretty good. I'm going to throw him 70. And really, and we saw my roster, there is no one even close to these guys. This first year, it's going after the best available because you have a full team just about. I do need a lot of pitchers, though, so I do have to concentrate on those. So I'll probably stop at those 2 position players and then concentrate the rest of my points on pitchers. So let's see. We did Connecticut. We did Massachusetts. Let's look at Maine. No one worth writing home about. So then we're going to go to New Hampshire. I might come back for that pitcher at 74. We'll see. Let's see what Rhode Island has. Hopefully they have someone decent here. All right, so they have a 94 pitcher. I'm going to shoot my shot, throw 145 points into him. One thing that can possibly happen after this first week, though, is they can go into the draft. So we'll see what happens. Other than that, 74 pitchers the best. So I'm going to take a look at New York. I don't like to go there because there's so many more schools going after them. I'm not even going to bother for this guy. He's going to the draft, no doubt in my mind. But then we have this guy down here who's an 88 pitcher, and they've got a lot of really good pitchers here. I'm going to start putting in points down here. So I'm going to put 145 into this guy, and then I'll do 80 into this one. So that's all my points that I have left for the week. Let's see how I do. And see how I was saying. Look at that. That same town had 2 like really good players. Gustavo Parks. Okay. And some people have already committed, which is strange. But you can see here, I'm the number 1 choice for him right now, which blows my mind. I'm number 5 with this guy. And that's the one I put in 145 points towards. I'm the only one that put in any serious points to this guy, which baffles me. But, so, I didn't need to click it twice. We're going to put 75 on here again. I'll throw another 70 in here, into this guy. I don't think I have much choice or chance to get him. Let's see. Let's go check on our other people here. Connecticut. And I found it very difficult to figure out who you were at first, and it's really easy. Who you had put points into before. You can just do it by interest, and that's people you've done it before. So we're winning this guy right now. I think I had put a lot of points into. Nope, I only did 70. So we're going to continue with 70 on him. We'll do 70 on him. And let's see, Massachusetts. Interest. And let's see. Did I take anyone from Maine? No. New Hampshire. Did I not go after anyone in New Hampshire? Nope. They still have 225 points left. Who did I miss out on? Oh, we didn't look in Vermont. Let's see. Do they have anyone good? They have a 71 pitcher. And a third baseman. That's good, but let's see. I have that really good, right? That really good player was the third baseman. Yeah. I don't need to worry about that right now. I feel like I'm missing some people that. Am I missing a Oh, Rhode Island. No? All right, let's go to all. Not Alabama. All. Oh. All right. So I had. Must have lost people there. Okay. So I have 3 pitchers so far. I need 6. So let's go by pitchers here. I am going to sort it by overall. And then I like this. If you hit top school, these are the best players that don't have any interest in any schools right now. My pitching is so bad that any of these guys right here are going to be upgrades for me. So I am going to put points into these top 4 and see where I get. All right, so let's interest. So all but one of these is looking at my school right now. I am going to put the full boatload in him. And then for these last 2 down here, let's see, actually, 40, 40, 40. All right, let's see how that works out for us. All right, so we got 2 of our pitchers, right? Yeah. Our number 85 overall, which is huge for us. We did lose the 88, but we also got an 81. What I like to do at this point is hide the committed players so that I don't accidentally put points into someone who's already committed to another school. So just click up there. And then sort by interest here. So I'm still top school for all of these people here. So let's start with them. And you'll see here I have more than I used to because I got refunded all those points from that 88 that I had put into that 88 pitcher and that other person that I lost. So at this point, I can fill up a lot more points on these guys, up to 317. So on some of these, I am going to put the full amount to try to get them in here, like these top 3. And then I'll do 100 on this guy, 119 on that guy. All right, so that leaves me 100 points left. Let's go and look for another pitcher because I still I need 4 more pitchers, and I have 4 more here. But if I was to replace my lowest pitcher here, wouldn't be a bad thing. He's probably in the 50s or low 60s anyway. So if I can get another pitcher, I'm going to be happy. Sort by overall and then top school. All right, so we have this pitcher here from Florida, 73, not bad. So let's put our last 100 points into him in advanced week. And then I'm going to lose out on some players here, but I picked up 3. I picked up the outfielder from Massachusetts and 2 more pitchers here. And then lost out on these 3. Not horrible. So we're going to go back to interest here. And I have lost, either picked up everyone that I needed or that I wanted, or lost out on them. So these are the pitchers left that have no specific schools. So I'm going to have better shot with them. So let's do the full amount on these top 4 and see if I can pick up a couple more here before the season starts. Let's give him 1 point just for the heck of it, as I had it left over there. Lost out on 2 of them now. Let's see. All right. I have 300 points left. Oop, that's not what I wanted. That's the one I'm looking for. And now you'll see that we're down to 69 for the best overall that doesn't have an interest in a school yet. That it's still, by the time the season starts, he'll be over 70, so I don't mind doing that. Really, all the way down to, let's say, 67, I'm okay, because all those players will go up to 70 most likely before the season starts. And you'll see why when I get to that point in a few minutes. So let's try doing 298 on this guy. And for the heck of it, since I have 2 points left over, we'll give him 2 points. I lost out on 3 of these guys. Interest. Okay, I'm probably going to have trouble. I'm not even like in the tops. What about for this one? Cheap as crow. How far down am I? Huh. All right, well, let's put in the full amount on those. All right, so 66 is now the top. That's not cool. But all right. Advanced week, see if we pick up any of those. No, we lost out on 2 more. $504, $504, $504. And two. All right. Lost out on all of those. I am seriously I'm running out of time here. Only 2 weeks left in recruiting. I can do 810 points in each of these. So let's do that. I type 910, but it'll automatically go to the highest. All right. 810 and 810. 145. And maybe I'll end up with 1 or 2 of these, which I'd be happy with. So that is the recycling, or the recycling, yeah. The recruiting. So let's finalize recruiting. I did not pick up any of those, it looks like. So we get to this next screen. This is my total roster now. Yeah, I only picked up 4 pictures. That is unbelievable to me. I didn't pick up any of those last 4. All right, so you can see my recruiting class here. Very pathetic for this first year. It happens. So we're going to hit start development, and this is where you're going to see the improvements on the players that I was talking about. This will apply rating progression to all players across all teams. This cannot be undone. Continue. Yes. Okay. So my third baseman went from an 89 to a 92. That pitcher that I picked up went from an 85 to an 89. Another one of my freshman pitchers went to an 85. So you can see I still have quite a few bad players, but it's better than what it was when we took over. So now the first thing we're going to do is we're going to set up our lineup and our pitching for the next season. It's very easy to do. I just go in here and I hit auto generate. It's going to put up your best option. You can see that outfielder that I recruited is going to be leading off and starting the year. So we're going to hit save, then hit back. Then we're going to do the same thing with pitching, which is, wow. My pitching is horrible. Auto generate and save. It didn't even pick up two walk-ons for me, so I could have a full team, but that's okay. And then hit back. So once that's done, if you want, you can go over to here to recruiting report. I like to sort it by alphabetically. We had the 52nd best ranking for our recruiting class. A big reason for that is I was only able to land 5 players. If you look though, my average player was a 78.6 that of the people that I did get. That put me at what? 8th highest in the country. So I did good in that aspect of it. Just not when it comes to actual quantity, and that hurt my ranking. So we're going to go back to home. And at this point, we go into the regular season. I want to make one thing very clear. This is a mistake that I made. When you go in to simulate, make sure that you wait for the little box to disappear. Don't X out. I thought it might have been taking a second too long. I X'd it out, thinking that it had completed, and it messed up my game for that season. Don't do that. Wait for the box to disappear. You'll see what I mean in just a second. So we're going to go to simulate here. And you can do it by 1 day, 1 week, or rest of season. For the benefit of the video, I'm just going to do rest of season. And then run simulation. This is the little box I was talking about. It stops at like 98%, you'll notice. I had X'd out of this and it messes up. Wait for that to happen. And this is going to tell you how everyone ended up. Wow, look at Rhode Island coming in at number 16. All right, let's see. How far down are we here? It's looking not so good for Boston College this year, which I knew. Going into the season, it was going to be a hard year. Looking at my starting team, I didn't think we'd be this far down. Wow, 28 and 28. Okay. Ranked 146 in the country. That's embarrassing. So what we're going to do here now is we're going to go to the conference tournament. We are the 8th ranked team in the conference, so we have to play in this bracket here. So the number 10 team beat NC State, and they're going to be going on against Virginia the Duke. And I'm out in the first round. My only hope now is to win in the losers bracket. And so I would have to beat Notre Dame. Which I didn't. So, who's going to win the conference? Georgia Tech won the conference. So we're going to hit up simulate all remaining conferences. And what this is going to mean for me in the long run. So what this is going to mean for us, and we're just going to go to the selection show, is that we're going to lose a bunch of points because we did not achieve 50 points for the season and probably go down to Prestige 4, which is not good. It's going to hurt my recruiting points next season and stuff like that. So now we're just going to go to proceed to regional assignments. And we're just going to have it go through quickly. And then start the tournament. And I'm just going to simulate automatically just to save time. And these are the teams continuing on to the Super Regionals. And we're going to simulate all remaining. And simulate both brackets. And proceed to the championship. It's Oregon State against Coastal Carolina. And then we're going to simulate the series. And Coastal Carolina won the College World Series. All right, so we're going to go back to brackets, and that's going to take us back to our opening screen here. Our season is complete. This is where we can take a look at all the stats for the season. We can take a look at our team individually. Look at that third baseman. Hit 362. I really have a feeling I'm coming back to an empty team next year. The transfer portal kills you, especially if you're a small school. So let's take a look at our pitching as well. I'm trying to see. I don't remember my recruits. I think this is one of them. I know that's one of them. But these other ones, I can't remember who else was there. So he at least did good. But he'll probably be gone next year as well. So what we're going to do now is we're going to hit end season and begin the season progression to 2026. This takes just a second. And then what's going to happen now is when I come to the transfer portal. I didn't lose. I lost a couple pitchers. They might have just graduated. I didn't lose a heck of a lot. Let's take a look at my roster. I kept them? Wow. I lost one of my recruits from last year, one of my pitchers, but all my good ones stayed. So that's huge. So like my starting rotation next year is going to be pretty darn good. So let's go back here. I need 4 pitchers, a first baseman really bad, and that needs to be my focus this recruiting season. And then if I can fill up these other roles, that's bonus, but I want to really find those. So Massachusetts this season has some pretty good players. Like these 4 pitchers I'm going to go in on. And I'm just going to spend all my points here in Massachusetts for this first go around, because there's 4 pitchers, 74 or higher, so that means they're going to start off at like 77, which is a huge improvement. And they also have the first baseman that I need, and they're going to start off at 79. And I'm going to have a much easier time recruiting out of Massachusetts. So we're going to start there. So let's start. I am going to put, let's see, I have 580. I'm going to put 100, 100, 100, 100, and then 80 on this one. Oh, I still have 100. Oh, yeah, let's see. Do I need a second baseman? I do. He's an 81, so we'll also put 100 into him. So if I could get those 6 players, I'd be sitting pretty, because yeah, it would be nice to have backups and stuff, but there'll be walk-ons for that. And you really don't, and you have that lineup, but none of the other players actually play. So as long as you have the good starters in each of those positions, you're all set. All right, so this guy right here, I need to continue putting points into like I just did. Whoops. Okay. So I already got 2 of my players. I lost that out on that guy to Harvard, of all places. All right. So I'm going to receive back like the 200 points that we spent on him. So I'm going to need to look for another pitcher now. But we got that second baseman, which wasn't a huge need, but it's good to have. So I'm going to hide these committed players. And I'm going to put 202, 202, 202. So I want to get those guys. And then what do we have here left? Who's our next best pitcher that we don't have anyone into yet? Oh, but he's a 65. All right, so now I'm going to start looking out of state here. Let's go to all. Sort by overall here again, and then go to top school, none. So there's a chance for this guy here out of Rhode Island. That's a 75 pitcher. Right? Nope, he's a third baseman. 75 pitcher out of Idaho here. The hell is this guy from Vermont? Look at that stuff. He's got nasty stuff. Alright, so I'm actually going to go after him. 202. And for S and Giggles, put the last 2 points into that guy. Now this only goes on for 6 weeks. I just got my first baseman that I needed, and I got 2 more pitchers. That's awesome news. So I just need 1 more pitcher, and I'm going after 2 here. I think this is the guy I put in 2. So put 145, 145, and then I'll go after another first baseman because I only had 1. And this is only transfers, so I'm going to have time to fill in these other spots during regular recruiting before next season. Let's go and try to put 145 into this guy. And I didn't get any. I still have a chance with this guy, though. Excuse my dog in the background. Shortstop. Do I need one of those for the thing? Yep. So let's put in 1 there. I need 1 of those still. I'm all set on second baseman. And 1 point there for... So we are in the last week here. I do have interest from 3 people, so I'm just going to put the full boatload in each of these 3. And I've put some points into him before, so we'll just do it for fun and continue on. And I didn't get any of those people. All right, so, but I did fill up a good amount of people. So we're going to come back out here, hit back to home, and we can see where our roster is. You can still see we're not very good team, but we are making improvements. Really, half my team is going to be over 70 by the start of the next season, and that's not including any of the recruits that I bring in during recruiting. So that is basically the entire game. You're going to be rinsing and repeating and doing that format for the entire time. It's very addictive. It's very fun. It's not a very in-depth game. It's one, though, where it's going to take you a long time to master. But it's very easy to learn, which I love. It's pick up and play. It goes smoothly. I highly recommend picking it up if you're into this type of game. I'm loving it. I really am. 4 out of 5 cogs if you're using my rating scale. Definitely think you should try it out. The developer, it's made by one guy. He's very active on the Discord channel. I sent him some of the raw footage from this video and showed him where that problem was. and he pinpointed exactly what I did. I was like, "Ugh, I can't believe I made that mistake and closed out the box before I was supposed to, and that's why everything broke on me for that season. Even if you do that, though, the next season worked fine. I found out, so it's not the end of the world. It's just you're gonna lose a season. Um, but I hope you give this game a shot. It's on Steam now. College Baseball Dynasty Builder. Look it up. It's on sale right now for 10% off. Usually it's $24.99, $22.49 currently. And I hope you enjoyed it as much as I do. Have a great time, guys. I'll see you tomorrow for Throwback Saturday. And next week we will be doing some more of Animal Shelter 2 for the playthrough series, and New Game Friday, and we'll continue from there. Have a great day. Bye, guys.